NFTs. Free NFTs. Free NFTs. Watch until the end of the video to see how you can get yours now. Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of Study Crypto. We're going to look at Fantom FOMO. It's actually dead. Fantom FOMO is dead, and just wanted to give you that heads up. We're going to go through why it's dead, how to identify a dead project, and most importantly, how to responsibly invest in daily ROI projects without losing your money. Because I see a lot of people have lost some money in a few of these daily ROI projects. So we're going to get into that. We're going to get into Fantom FOMO, and we're going to get into the proper strategy. But first, do us a big favor. Please hit the like button as well as that subscribe button. Ding that notification bell as well. We really do appreciate it. It helps the Google algorithm get these videos out to people ASAP. And definitely want these kind of videos to get out ASAP because we don't want people to lose their money. We all work hard for our crypto, and we don't want to wind up losing it accidentally or carelessly due to just not understanding how a particular contract works and how to identify an opportunity that has ended. So let's get into it. So Fantom FOMO. It's a project we spoke about a while ago. It offered some really juicy APYs, as you see here, 16% over 14 days, 13% over 28 days. Now, what you see here, it says statistics. It says total staked FTM. Okay. Now, what's that? 5 million something. Well, this number isn't entirely accurate if you look at the contract balance. We're going to take a look at that in a moment. It's also showing 7,379 users. That may be possible as well. The total stake balance may be the money that's staked, the tokens that are staked in the contract. But in terms of tokens that are available for withdrawal, you have to actually look at the contract itself to identify that. So we have the contract right here. You could click this button, and that'll bring you to the actual contract for Fantom FOMO. And as we see here, the contract for Fantom FOMO is 0 FTM. Okay? It has a balance of 0. That means there's nothing in here to withdraw. And if you look here, people are still depositing into the contract, not realizing that there's nothing in the contract. I'm not even sure where these deposits are going, okay? But there's nothing in the contract. The contract is empty, okay? So people are still depositing into the contract as of 7 minutes ago. But the contract is empty. This particular project protocol is dead. Now, yes, that sucks if you're one of these people that just in the last 40 minutes or an hour ago decided to make a deposit into the contract. That really sucks because you've lost money. You've lost your Fantom. However, we can identify when this happens. Okay, this phase of these daily ROI projects tends to happen after week 2. Okay, so one recommendation that we always have is, let me just go here, is get in within the first few days of the launch or forget it. You want to get in ASAP when these projects come out. And don't keep your money in there for more than 14 days or so, because it can easily vanish. Okay, and it's not going to vanish because of a scam. It's going to vanish because there are bigger whales who are getting in. And what they're doing is they're withdrawing their funds. And if they're getting a large percentage, because they put in a large percentage, it could tend to drain out all the other money in the contract. Now, it's not a scam. It's just, unfortunately, the nature of how these contracts work, unless there's a contract that might have some safeguards. But that's how these contracts work, these daily ROI contracts, okay? Third, I tend to not believe the word of many of the audits that are less reputable. Okay. Ideally, I like to see audits from Paladin and Certec. Those are my favorite auditing companies that help you identify a potential uh, problem with the smart contract. Now, that being said, the issue we just spoke about with the contract balance being drained out, that's not an issue with the smart contract. That's oftentimes hard coded into the smart contract. And a lot of these programs, a lot of these protocols, when you read their audits, it says it right there in the audit that how this works, that new users are paying the dividends for the old users. Okay, Ponzi-nomics. Okay, so a lot of these ROI platforms, they are not having fake audits or anything like that. The circumstance that you find yourself in, especially if you're in something like Fantom FOMO, is is basically described in the audit. Okay, but a lot of times we read over it and we ignore it and we don't realize the implications of it. And this is the implications of it. If you're in it too long, you're gonna likely lose your money. Okay, so that's something to consider. Next, I just want to briefly talk about don't risk more than you can lose. Don't risk more than you can afford to lose. All right. So don't bet the house on these projects, because even if you play it safe, even if you go in with the 7 day unlocked time frame, even if you do that, you still run a risk of losing just because of whale activity. And you don't want to put your hard earned money at risk, especially the majority of it or a large portion. You don't want to do that at all. So, don't risk more than what you can afford to lose. Now, a rule of thumb that I tend to go by is DeFi should make up less than 25% of your overall portfolio. 75% should be in large cap coins, like Bitcoin should be like probably 70%. And then other top 10, top 20 assets by market cap. Again, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Okay, but I'm just letting you know what I do. Okay, and so in DeFi, daily ROI platforms ideally are what they call the bottom of the barrel. These aren't the most sophisticated projects because they're all based on Ponzi-nomics. They can be very rewarding, but they aren't the most sophisticated projects. They can come and go quickly. Okay. And just to keep in mind, overall, you're not going to be able to sustain like a 5 or 10% daily ROI for months and years. That's just not the case. It just doesn't work like that. So don't have those expectations going in. If you have the right expectations that, hey, I'm going to get into this project for 7 days unlocked and I'm going to get this return and keep it moving, then you have a good strategy, a good way to move forward. Okay, a way that's going to likely produce results. Okay, so and so here's an example of a basic example of a portfolio structure. If you have $100,000 portfolio, 25,000 maximum set aside for DeFi, and then you put maybe $1,000 to $5,000 set aside for each project. This helps you minimize your exposure and risk. This helps you invest a little bit more responsibly than throwing everything into one of these DeFi projects. Okay, so that's just something to keep in mind, a rule of thumb. Now, when we look at this, so we see 16% daily ROI. Okay, in the 14-day, this is the unlocked period, right? So just to give you an example of how profitable, even just getting in the first tier of these projects, a 16% daily ROI. If we look here, let's say you just put in $20. Okay, let's say your initial investment was only $20, and let's say we're going to keep it, let's do 16%. Okay, let's say you're able to find a protocol that offers 16% daily ROI. Okay, And what you do is every 7 days you withdraw out of it. You only stay in it for 7 or 14 days. You take the shortest term project that you can have, and you only stay in it for that period of time. Okay, you follow what I'm saying? You don't go for the 28-day lock period. You go for the 7 day or 14-day unlocked period, which means every day you're pulling out your returns. You're pulling out your returns, and by the 7th day, you'll have all your money back. Okay, great. So now, if you did that with just $20, after 30 days, you're gonna wind up with $1,697. Okay, because what are you doing? Every 7 days you're switching from one daily ROI project to the next project, and then after that 7 days you're switching to another, and then another. And so for 30 days, every 7 days of those 30 days you're switching projects. So by doing that, you can turn $20 into $1,697. That's amazing. That's the beauty of these projects. If you optimize your strategy like this reduces your risk. And this doesn't put you in the highest probability of not being able to pull out your money later. Okay? Stay in only for the 7 to 14 day unlocked and keep on withdrawing your profits. That's the way to play it. And then if you wanted to get real crazy, if you continued rolling over your profits to month 2, okay, let's just say the $1,700, because this is including the original $20 amount. But remember, we don't get our initial deposit. But again, just for perspective, if you did this with $1,700 at, again, 16% daily interest rate, after 30 days of going in and out of projects within 7 to 14 days each project, you'll turn $1,717 into $147,000. That's crazy. Okay? That's the power of these daily ROI platforms if you utilize them correctly. Now, with this said, there's definitely high risk. So again, only risk what you could afford to lose. However, if you utilize this kind of strategy, you'll find yourself on the receiving end of profits instead of the receiving end of not being able to take your withdrawals. Okay, guys, that's it for this video. Let me know what you think. Again, Fantom FOMO is not an active contract right now, so don't deposit into it. All right, don't deposit into it. Please hit that like button as well as that subscribe button, and ding that notification bell as well if you found value in this. Thanks so much. Talk to you soon. Free NFTs. Free NFTs. Free NFTs. We're giving away free NFTs to all our loyal viewers on the Polygon chain. Just click the link in the description and your NFT will be on its way. Get yours before they're gone. Hey guys, thanks so much again for viewing our wonderful video, and please don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button if you found value in this, and please ding the notification bell as well. Thanks so much. See you next time.